let's get into the fantasy chat then. First question, Mr. Grover.
Mhm.
Is the chip getting played on Dom?
Yes, I've built everything. So I wild carded last week due to I think I had 6 or 7 injuries in the end going into last game week. So I'm now in a situation where I have triple Bournemouth. I need to make a sub because unfortunately I had Senesi. Um, but yeah, I will be triple Solanke. I think he's just the obvious choice if you haven't played it yet.
What would have to happen between now and Saturday morning to make you change your mind on that? Like, should we be concerned about this injury that we now know he's been carrying since New Year's Eve?
No, he plays. I think, um, as I've alluded to as well, I think Andoni feels like this is the week where we can become essentially mathematically safe, and then we can start to then use the rest of the games to be looking upwards. I just don't see a situation where Solanke is rested at all. He might come off towards the end, maybe in the second game if the job's done, but I think he starts both and will more than likely play 180 minutes.
With two obviously very attractive home games, but you've only won three at home, Neil.
Sure, but
Is that partly down to the fixtures though? Like having a glance, you still got to play your remaining home games: the Sheffield United, Luton, Everton, Palace, Manchester United, Brighton, Brentford. So
mhm.
there's nothing there to be overly scared of. Is that the reason why you've only won three home games?
I think it's a mixture of two things. So as we spoke about when I think first or second time I came on, we had a stinker of a start, and that didn't help. Um, since then, we haven't really had like a really nice, like juicy home game, with the exception of Burnley, that was a must win. Like we haven't played, like you said, we haven't played those teams around us at home. So the games where you would expect us to be favourites at home, we haven't played those yet. So I think there's an element of that. I think we've shown what we can do at home against City. I frankly thought we were very unlucky not to get a point against them. So yeah, I mean, I think that will change. I think I, yeah, I mean, you've got to think we'll win at least one of these two, hopefully, right?
I mean, you drew
I think the
1-1 at home
first
to
one.
Forest recently. It's not that long
Sure.
ago.
No, no.
And that was quite an uninspiring day for Solanke, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly, as we now know, has been carrying something. I think there's been a general malaise in the squad anyway. I don't know what it is. We always seem to have a little bit of a month in February. We always have. Like, I don't know if it's new players coming in. I know we didn't have lots of them, but there was a little bit. So February always tends to be a bit of a weird month. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll be okay. I think we've had a couple of players simultaneously going through like a bit of a rough patch, like Tavernier, that hasn't helped as well. So
We'll get
hopefully we'll be coming out of that.
we'll get back onto the other players. Solanke didn't score at Sheffield United either when he won 3-1 there. He
Hmm.
didn't score at Burnley last weekend. I'm
No,
just playing devils here. Is there any
sure.
trend here at all?
I think with the away games in particular, we like thinking back, like against Burnley, we played a different style to what we would usually play, and we let them have, I think, very deliberately let them have more of the ball to kind of let them pass it around. Now, okay, there was an element of we still looked a bit rubbish, but I think there was a game plan there, and they looked. It kind of felt a little bit. I didn't at any real point feel like we were going to lose that game. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think away when we did that, whereas versus at home where we can be a little bit more front-footed, and that does suit the high press a little bit more, and then that in turn suits Solanke as well.
Okay. So you're triple captain, Dom, no doubt.
No, unless we get some news that suggests that he won't play for some reason, yes.
So Dan, I take it it's Carlton Morris for you at the moment, is it?
Already used my triple captain on Haaland. I
Okay.
don't have Morris. I have Barkley and obviously Dowie. Have to have him.
Who do you think you'll be captain this week?
I don't know. I'm debating whether to bring in Morris for -4. I'm
Do
definitely
it.
bringing Son in. It's between Bowen or But I'll probably captain Solanke, to be honest.
Okay. Tomo's not here, our Sheffield United correspondent, but he's very quick every week in Slack to tell all the patrons to captain whoever is playing Sheffield United every week. It was about 3 minutes in telling everyone about Saka. I've told you, I hope you've done it. And on Monday night, and I'm fairly certain he'll be going Solanke this week. That's my full intention as well. I think if I still had the triple captaincy left, yeah, I probably would do it as well. I think.
I think what you said as well on the main pod, that okay, he might miss, like that's a danger, but it's always going to be at the back of your head that Solanke could absolutely pop the heck off here, and like one of the games gets a hat trick, and then all of a sudden it's an absolute, it's a rank changer, right?
Well, I don't think it necessarily is going to be so. It will be for triple captainers, no doubt. And for those who just captain, I mean, it's going to be so heavy. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference.